Hello and welcome to the obscure internet strange cryptid files. Today we'll be poking around the dirty little corners of the Pokemon community. Pokemon has a proud tradition of having lolcows interested in it, from Chris Chan's Sonichu through to the degenerate life of Pampachu. But normally Pokemon is just an aspect of their life, a side story, an interesting little detail. But today we are going to be looking at a fixture of the competitive Pokemon community, someone that has been plaguing the Pokemon world for well over a decade now. Verlisify. He's an interesting fellow for many different reasons, one of which is that he's really good at spinning signs. It's a strange skill to have developed, so I'm guessing that this was his job at some point, and he's actually pretty good at it, I suppose. Verlisify is kind of a self-styled policeman of internet children's games, and seems to be on a lifelong mission to stop cheating, which has led to countless dramas, and basically the whole Pokemon community turning against him. He does really seem to be obsessed with people cheating and talks about it a lot.
Cheating, dude's a cheater. Cheating is wrong.
Verlisify is a furry, whose animal persona is a wolf with red hair. He sometimes appears in his videos wearing a dog collar, which is kind of odd because wolves don't wear collars. Kind of goes against their whole wild animal thing that they've got going on. And he has a little catchphrase that he likes to open up all of his videos with.
Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here.
He first appeared on YouTube playing Minecraft, but after only a few videos he turned his eyes to Pokemon and started to pump out many videos. Things like guides on how to use Pokemons correctly or team compositions for his battles. At the start he was seen as a fairly knowledgeable, okay kind of person, I guess. But as time went by, people started to notice some strange things about him, like he would create and promote the most annoying teams possible to win battles, and then brag about winning with these annoying teams. One of the most infamous sets that he made was for a Pokemon called Wailord, which had 3 of its 4 moves dedicated to making it unkillable and as defensive as possible, then having 1 weak attacking move. The aim of this was to make the matches go on a lot longer than they needed to, and to make it very boring for the opponent, as what's happening is each Pokemon is hitting each other and not really doing much damage.
I think that Verlisify is probably one of the most stupid people I've ever encountered. The reason I have the problem with this little fucker, Verlisify, is some of the comments he's left on my videos in the past. Have you seen a Verlisify strategy? Here's one for Wailord. Straight from one of his videos, that's a screenshot, completely unedited. Fucking curse amnesia Wailord with heavy slam. No waterfall, no stab, just heavy slam because it's a big fat fuck and he assumes, oh, it's big and heavy. Heavy slam's a good idea. What a stupid, worthless moveset that is.
His main playstyle seems to be to make it impossible to hit him, then drag the match out as long as he can.
At the VGC Regionals, I went undefeated with this very team, and this team is just hilarious, and it really complements the way I play the game, and it shows exactly how I do it. First, what you want to do is just open up with Drifblim and Ambipom. This is what I came up with, and a lot of people didn't expect it, so it ended up doing really well. Ambipom fakes out the biggest threat, and then Drifblim starts stockpiling or using Minimize. Oh, this already sounds filthy, huh? I don't play nice when I want to win Pokemon. That's how I do it.
Being that his whole strategy seems to be centered around making the match last as long as he can, in order to make it quite boring and frustrating to play against him, he doesn't really like it when people do the same back to him. So some players at tournaments would start to play him at his own game, and take a long time to take their moves running the timer out, which isn't against the rules but is frowned upon as it makes the games very long and boring. This was something that Verlisify saw as cheating, so would call the judges over to try and get these people in trouble.
But as you can see, the strategy takes a bit to set up, and if people are like playing a really heavy protect game or just trying to dance around some other shenanigans like I am, it can counter me out pretty well, but that's not fair. Like, the only way you can win is if you take a minute and a half to choose a move. And a lot of people were, so I was calling over judges, and the judges didn't know how to handle the situation. They didn't do anything to progress the game flow. And that's the only reason why I lost 2 battles, but I still had a Dunsparce Snorlax combo against 2 or 3 Pokemon. So I would be winning within the next 1 to 2 turns, but the problem is with the timeout and the long battle sequences, I didn't stand a chance against it. So that is the flaw, is if you're in a regionals and you see this, just take 10 minutes to choose your turn and be a jerk like that, I guess.
Smogon is a fan-created Pokemon game and website that has been adopted by players who want quick battles. This is used by players to develop tactics or teams that can be then taken into the real game. As you don't need to breed the perfect Pokemon but instead just create it in the game, this saves people a lot of time and effort. Smogon has its own set of rules for the website, which have mainly been adopted by the Pokemon community as a whole, but not the Pokemon company, so their tournaments do not follow these rules. The Smogon rules are designed to take the luck out of the game and make it more about skill, plus make the games a lot more interesting, quick and attacking. As Verlisify's whole strategy seems to go against the Smogon rules, he really hates this website and has made many videos calling it out, saying it's cheating, and he even once blamed the website for breaking up his relationship.
I'm not sure where to end this because I also wanted to say that my girlfriend broke up with me this morning, and it's another blow to my life in Pokemon. But she just decided that I wasn't for her. And it's probably because, my attitude has been a lot more sour since Smogon has come out. That I never really did anything wrong, but, she just, there's so much wrong right now that nothing's right.
Verlisify quickly got a name for himself for not being very sportsmanlike and playing the victim any time that he lost in a tournament. He claims that people that work for the Pokemon company have manipulated the rules in tournaments to make him lose, which has led to people calling him the DSP of the Pokemon world, except DSP is actually good at some games. Despite all this, some people still saw him as a knowledgeable player, and the sheer amount of clickbait titles and videos that he would pump out grew his YouTube channel to be one of the largest in the competitive Pokemon scene. Gimmicks like playing battles while blindfolded or speaking his mind about the bad things in the Pokemon community would only get him more attention, but his activity on Twitter, bad sportsmanship, whining and blaming others for him losing soon started to get him attention for all the wrong reasons, with more and more people making videos about his bad behaviour.
I've heard multiple stories. He's causing controversy. Okay, so now I'm a bit creeped out. His hair's a weird color. And is that a dog color? Oh boy.
I sent Verlisify an apology message on Skype actually because, he felt like my video was ruining his reputation. And that wasn't really the goal of the video. The goal of the video was to kind of clarify some misconceptions, but he was clearly not very happy about it.
This is low. And I quote Verlisify, "Another hater that needs to drink base liquids. How can anyone be this dumb?" End quote.
People saying, get out of VGC, stop talking VGC, you don't play it. That's funny. This is a VGC trophy. This shows that those people are wrong, but the people they tell will never know this. That the people that they tell to say, fuck Verlisify, don't watch him, they're never going to see this video, they're never going to see this trophy, they're just going to believe him. They're going to believe the lies that Cybertron has said, they're going to believe the lies that many other PokeTubers have said against me, because for some reason they just don't like me.
Verlisify would leave comments on other creators' videos, calling them out for giving bad advice and linking to one of his own videos where he gives better advice. And over time, his content started to turn more and more towards the drama side of YouTube, with him doing call-out videos or replies to people that had called him out. One of these people was called Wolf Glick, who is a Pokemon World Champion. Wolf had been trying his hand at YouTube, so at this stage still had a very small channel of only 4,000 subscribers, while Verlisify had well over 100,000 subscribers. Verlisify started to claim that Wolf was a cheater who was hacking his Pokemon into the game. Now, if you follow my channel, you may be able to guess that I'm not a professional Pokemon player, so I don't really know or care if he's hacking and cheating, but it does appear to some extent that what Verlisify was saying is true.
This is an impossible VGC Pokemon. There you go, you can now dislike the video and click off knowing that Wolf Glick has used a Pokemon that can only exist through cheating. So that's a Dream Ball Pikachu or Dream Ball Pikachu / Raichu. At some point, hacking had to have happened for this Raichu to exist, and he's using it.
So words like hacking and cheating can be a little misleading in this circumstance, I'd say, as the Pokemon didn't have some kind of superpower, but instead it was just kept in something called a Dream Ball, which is a special Pokemon ball, and instead of spending the time to breed the perfect Pokemon, this can just be generated and put into the game. But in the end, they are the same Pokemon that do the same things. Verlisify's argument is that the time spent breeding is time you could be spending recommending improving your game, so the hackers have an inherent advantage. Wolf did say that this Pokemon had been bred, but that the parents could have been hacked, but he wasn't the one that hacked them. The pair then went back and forth against each other, with each one making call-out videos against the other.
And so I was a little surprised, not too surprised of course, but I was a little surprised the other day, it might have been yesterday, when I found myself the subject of a video by Verlisify. And the description of the video said, a lot of these comments shown in this video are taken from Wolf Glick, a VGC player who supports cheating. If you're someone who values integrity, if you're someone who loves Pokemon, if you're someone who values treating people well and looking for the best in people and treating people fundamentally with kindness, I don't recommend you interact with Verlisify. And that's the truth of it.
But the biggest thing about this is I don't think that this person deserves to be taken seriously. He lies throughout this entire video. I'm about to prove a lot of lies. And, like, his personality just doesn't seem like a person that you should respect or follow. That we made him feel bad since he has bad arguments. I mean, literally, he has fallacies. He has fallacy in his video. He has straw man and ad hominem arguments. He makes it into attacks, and he has bad analogies, and his subjective morality does not hold up when you look at it from a philosophical way.
Just remember, all the things we're going to see in this video are to do with a children's game. The Pokemon community didn't really seem to care about the accusations of cheating made against Wolf, and sided with him as I'm guessing he was a more likeable guy than Verlisify. The feud between the pair has been ongoing for many years now, but over time has more become a feud just for Verlisify, as his channel has been declining while Wolf's has been growing from strength to strength, him now having over 2 million subscribers. Here's a quick compilation of all the highlights of their feud that I could find.
And Wolf got exposed for cheating even earlier in Generation 8, that for the 25th anniversary invitational, Wolf disgraced the event by bringing hacked Pokemon. Thousands of Wolfie VGC fans have commented on my video, but none of them can answer the question. If there's nothing wrong with cheating, then why does Wolfie lie?
Long story short, there is another YouTuber out there who recently accused me of hacking my Mons in the Players' Cup 2 Global Finals. That's pretty bad, obviously. Did Wolf Glick hack his Mons? Stay tuned to find out. I'll give you a brief answer to this. No, I didn't hack my Mons. Because of the way that they've behaved, because of all this drama mongering, they actually, they kind of killed their channel. They have like over 400k subscribers, I believe, and last I checked, yeah, they have over 450k subscribers, and most of their videos get significantly less than 10k views. So yeah, they're like averaging between 2,000 and 6,000 and 8,000 views per video. So despite having such a large number of subscribers, all this drama and all this like kind of hate that they've spewed online has overall tanked their channel. Oops!
Wolf said, "I'm really proud of you." So Wolf praised and supported an abuser to enabling the attacking and harassment of others. That doesn't go away because his fans wanted some cake. It also doesn't change the fact that he is evil. Wolf has maliciously cheated and lied about it to steal prize money and opportunity from others for over a decade. He's reaping what he has sown, except for the groping part. But I just find it so weird that he's deliberately evil to make millions of dollars off of exploiting and manipulating the Pokemon community, and then it backlashes on him, and now he's making a video crying about it. So yeah, Pokemon community only knows hate and evil. Almost all of it is coming from Wolf's audience. No wonder things don't improve. Wow.
Wolf did announce that he was going to stop playing in tournaments, due to him getting groped while he's at these tournaments, with Verlisify taking this as a win, as a cheater was going to stop playing in tournaments. It's not just Wolfie that he's had some conflicts with over the years, and honestly there's far too many for me to list in this video, but let's just look at a few of the prime examples that I could find. Two PokeTubers called Hoodlum Scrafty and Duncan Can't Die started to claim that Verlisify was actually hacking Pokemon himself.
And it's clearly just for drama. I don't know what else to say. It's clearly just a drama, and it is hypocritical because, first of all, he mentions that Jethro's video that's a top 10 is over 10 minutes long, which he's doing just for ad revenue, and then Verlis's video, where literally he's just attacking somebody's video, is literally just over 10 minutes. We actually have screenshots from a Skype conversation that Verlis had with friends where he literally admits why he does this. And the reason he does this is for views and for publicity. So there is a screenshot here that talks about the Smogon drama, and how he admitted that the Smogon drama was a publicity stunt. Then we've got another screenshot from a personal Skype message he sent where he talks about somebody else doing something, and somebody suggests that he makes a video on it, and he says they don't have enough subs to make it worth it. And he's admitted before that he only really attacks people if they're a well-known VGC player, or if they have enough subs that it will generate enough drama that it will popularize him. This is another screenshot where he literally asks somebody who sent him a hacked mon if he can lie to his fans so that his fans will not realize that the mon he is using is hacked, because he doesn't want people to know that he's a hypocrite.
Duncan Can't Die seems like an interesting guy in himself, to be honest, that I may make a video about at some point, but I haven't done a deep dive on him, so I'll stay away from the more interesting parts of his story. Verlisify and Duncan now seem to be bitter enemies, with each making exposed videos on each other, and then rebutting each other's exposed videos. Verlisify would have differing degrees of success with these rebuttals.
Bullshit.
Saying that it was
I already know.
as you implied during the Jathertex video that doing something just for views was bad, and yet you were doing it with your drama videos here and admitting to it yourself.
So
I'm not though. I'm not. So 2 minutes of my video. Wow, they are literally going through every single timestamp. Duncan Deep saying that I only make my videos for publicity, and I've even admitted to it. Well, let's go. Wait. What? Go find out.
Literally admits why he does this, and the reason he does views, publicity, so there is.
Well, I mean, literally every video. What the fuck?
So as we're about to see, the PokeTuber world can be a bit of a degenerate rabbit hole to fall down. And the things we're about to go into are just accusations, and I have absolutely no idea if they're true or not. I'm just recounting them for the sake of this story. So Verlisify made a video about Duncan, implying that he once doxed a minor, with Duncan rebutting this by saying that he was going to bring a slander case against a minor, as this minor claimed that Duncan had sent someone to force themselves upon her.
So we go to Twitter and we type Verlisify, and oh, there it is. Duncan MacLeod, the true evil in the Pokemon community. I like the way that you ripped off our title, a real problem in the Pokemon community. He's really trying to get those views. 4.1k views in 5 hours. Good job, Verlis. Better than your average video, I guess. But you don't live off drama. I like how Duncan threatened to dox a minor. No, I threatened to bring a slander case against a minor for taking something I talked about here several times. For talking about something I talked about here several times. There is her admitting that she's made up this lie that I sent somebody to rape her in an event. It all comes down to one screenshot that we used in the problem with the Pokemon community video. Where we used a screenshot that proved that Verlis hacked Mons, and that was sent to us by somebody named Dylan. Now, apparently, Dylan threatened to regenerate another occasion, but how was I supposed to know that? I had never met Dylan. I'd never spoken to Dylan before he sent us the screenshot. He sent Callum the screenshot, not me, and we used the screenshot. That's it. That's the whole interaction.
Another one of these allegations was against a PokeTuber called Weedle Twin Needle, who Verlisify claimed liked children a little too much. Now again, I have no clue how true any of this is, but Weedle Twin Needle claims that he is not a child predator, but that he did troll and harass a 16-year-old girl, as she was pretending to be one of his fans, but would then go on Verlisify's Discord and speak badly about him.
A PokeTuber most of you are familiar with, Verlisify, has made false accusations of me and my channel. He's accusing me of being a pedophile, which is something that has to be taken seriously, even from the likes of someone like Verlisify. As much as I want to make a top quality shitpost response video, now is not the time for memes, okay? I will say that I did say some creepy and off-putting things to Neve, and Verlisify was just trying to defend someone in his community, and honestly, I can respect him for that, and I definitely deserve some sort of exposed video for the stuff I did.
Of course, Verlisify has also accused many other players of being hackers and cheaters, with one of these people being called Pimp Knight, who in his response video did admit that he accidentally used a hacked Pokemon, but this was a mistake as he didn't know that it was hacked. Pimp Knight's channel is not really a competitive channel, but really just tries to get weak or unknown Pokemon to do something fun for his viewers to watch. So it's a little hard to know why Verlisify cares so much about this.
Now, Verlisify has done a video about me recently, Hacker Exposed, which is quite funny because that's the Pokemon title that I made up for a series, and he's done other videos concerning me in them as well. So I want to abolish all of the claims he's made about me and provide evidence, of course, and provide some other information as well that could be helpful too.
Verlisify has pretty much attacked every PokeTuber that you can think of, with one of his more recent targets being someone called Game Boy Luke, who cheated with the wife of another YouTuber.
Another one of Nappy's friends ended up being a terrible person, and it's Game Boy Luke. Who could have guessed? Oh wait, me. So I missed this news a few days ago when it came out because everyone in the Pokemon community has me blocked for some reason, even though I've never done anything wrong.
Even though Verlisify is a soldier of moral virtue, he has been exposed a few times for stealing other people's video ideas or thumbnail designs. One of these people was called PokeTips, that basically claims that Verlisify copied one of his videos and pretended that the idea was his.
His thumbnail for his shiny hunting guide consists of the thumbnails of my shiny hunting guide, as well as A-Drives, HDVs, and Austin John Plays. He puts the words all wrong in big bold letters on top of all of our thumbnails. So let's see, is Verlisify going to bring some revolutionary new information to the table? That's a big claim, saying that all of our videos are wrong. But this raises a very interesting point. He says my content is trash, but then in the same video, he copies my content and tries to spin it like it's his own original invention. Go back over here, and since I was over there for a little while, all the Pokemon that were originally over here have despawned. They've gone away, and now when I come back, it gives us more chances for more new Pokemon to show up, and all those Pokemon can also be shiny.
Flying with Pokemon is going to give you even better numbers than running, so now we can run back over here.
Wait a second, that sounds familiar. Now watch here as Verlisify goes off and says that this is his method.
Pretty much my method with this is after about 4 or 5 Pokemon spawn, that's when you start getting close to the cap, so you might as well free it up by just leaving.
Wow, dude, I have never felt so much deja vu in my whole entire life. Maybe that's because I said the same exact things that you are now copying and trying to present as yours. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. About 2 months ago, I made a video calling out Verlisify for stealing my content and using me for clickbait in the same video. Ever since I put out my video, Verlisify has not been able to get me out of his head. He first made a response video almost immediately after I put out my video, but he deleted it only an hour after he published it on YouTube. I unfortunately did not get to see it, but I'm assuming it was garbage, which is why he deleted it.
Him always being at the centre of some new drama with another PokeTuber, and him getting so much online hate and criticism for his style of playing, meant that his channel went into a steep decline, and even though that he had hundreds of thousands of subscribers, he would only get a few thousand views on each video. Everything he did and everywhere he went on the internet, he would be flooded with bad comments. But even though everyone in the Pokemon community hated him, he would just double and triple down, blaming them and never taking responsibility for his own actions. He has tried to branch out to some other games as well, like a game called Animal Crossing, which is a non-competitive children's game. As soon as he started to play this game, he then went on a moral crusade to find cheaters. Now I'm not going to pretend like I understand this game at all, but there was some kind of tree that gave you some kind of star that wasn't meant to be in the game, but as it's not a competitive game, no one really cared about it, except Verlisify, who would turn up on people's islands, search for the trees, then report them to try and get them banned for cheating.
Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and today we're gonna go hunting for hacked dream islands in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So to report, all I have to do is hit the minus button, and then it says, do you want to report this dream? Yeah, I do. That's cheating. Oh, it even takes the picture. You go cheating. Yeah. Reporting someone's island is the biggest Karen move ever. Getting tons of attention. They, them, of course. And then it's like, no, you're the Karen if you think that that's something that, like, if you think that being against cheating is a Karen thing, that makes you the Karen.
If he turned up onto one of these islands and couldn't find this cheating tree, he would look for any other way to report them, reporting these children for harassment over lame insults that weren't even really directed at him.
Oh, get wrecked, noob. I did it. Woo. Wait, is it fenced off? Ooh, you got him. You got him, boys. Actually, that's probably reportable for harassment. Yeah, this is actually just, this dude is so deranged and so ill they have now wrecked themselves. This is bullying.
All of this soon got a whole new community to hate him.
Attention, Animal Crossing community. Beware, not the Pokemon, but beware of this pariah, this mentally ill inferiority complex with a wolf-crying agenda called Publicity.
I thought that it was absolutely hilarious for this creator to take the moral high ground on something like hacking when his island flag was a lewd image of Isabelle from Animal Crossing. Absolute class act.
Over the years, Verlisify has threatened to sue people that make videos about him, done fake takedown requests on people bad-mouthing his gameplay, called for people to be doxxed, and once played the game Smash or Pass with Pokemon, with him seeming to really like the baby Pokemon.
First baby Pokemon. Smash. 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 Smash.
Over the years, Verlisify has become a meme within the Pokemon community, and I'm pretty sure if you ask any competitive Pokemon player who the most hated person in that community is, they would tell you Verlisify. He is so hated that he has his own thread on the official Pokemon forums.
It's honestly a pretty fun time right now because we're in the middle of the Verlisify Always Right tour, and there's all kinds of insanity going on. Korean champions getting caught cheating and getting lifetime bans for cheating. We also had the Pokemon forums opening up and then becoming worse than 4chan, and that's kind of what this is about, but I want to read the mean tweets and see where the Verlisify sentiment is. So yeah, the first thing you see on the official Pokemon forums is a Verlisify hate thread, and this was the one where we're just like, thoughts on Verlisify and why he sucks.
Due to him being so disliked, his videos would regularly get more dislikes than likes on them. So when YouTube rolled out the feature to remove the dislike button, he was jumping with joy, as he blamed dislike botting for the decline of his channel.
It's impossible for me to describe the amount of joy I experienced when I first saw this announcement. In response to creator feedback around well-being and targeted dislike campaigns, we're testing a few new designs that don't show the public dislike count. The thing that killed my channel, it's not like, oh, Verlisify, he's slipping or he dropped off or the decay or the decline of Verlisify. No, it is 100% dislike botting.
Verlisify is still making Pokemon content, although his videos don't really get any views anymore and he's pretty much been forgotten. And now, my fellow YouTube friends, we have reached the end. Bye.
Guy causes so much drama, plays victim every time when it comes back to bite him. All these years later and he's never changed. Because I've never started drama ever. Stating facts of someone being a cheater is not drama. Being fairly critical of something, in this case Smogon, is not starting drama. But that's where we are with the younger generation of idiots.